Hi, my name is Chelsea Cummings. I'm from Eisenhower Senior High School, and recently I was in AFR state speech competition. This was my entry. Your word is sustain. May I have the origin? Latin word sustenere. May I have the definition, please? To sustain is to keep in existence or maintain, implying long-term support on permanence. Sustain. May I have it in a sentence, please? To sustain agriculture is to describe farming systems that are capable of maintaining their productivity and usefulness to society indefinitely. Sustain. Sustain. S-U-S-T-A-I-N. Sustain. Though the word sustain could simply be a word in a spelling bee, it brings significant meaning to life when used in a phrase such as sustainable agriculture. Some terms defy definition. Sustainable agriculture has become one of them. In such a quickly changing world, can anything be sustainable? What do we want to sustain, and how can we implement such a goal? This has provided talking points, a sense of direction, and an urgency that has sparked much excitement and innovative thinking in the agricultural world. Sustainability rests on the principle that we must meet the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Therefore, stewardship of both natural and human resources is of prime importance. Stewardship of human resources includes consideration of social responsibilities, such as the working and living conditions of laborers, the needs in rural communities, and consumer health and safety both in the present and the future. Stewardship of land and natural resources includes maintaining or enhancing this vital resource base for the long term. In 1990, the U.S. government defined sustainable agriculture in Public Law 101-624 as an integrated system of plant and animal production practices having site-specific application that will, over the long term, satisfy human food and fiber needs, enhance the environmental quality and the natural resource base upon which the agriculture economy depends, make the most efficient use of non-renewable and on-farm resources, and integrate, where appropriate, natural biological cycles and controls, sustain the economic viability of farming operations, and enhance the quality of life for farmers and society as a whole. The confusion with sustainable agriculture is that the definition is more of a philosophy or way of life than a strict set of rules, so farmers can interpret the meaning differently. That said, the vast majority of sustainable farms are run by farmers who are hard-working, honest, and sincere people. They work all hours of the day and night to bring you the freshest, tastiest, best quality food available. While doing all of this, one of the greatest things about today's ag producers is the tremendous pride many take in working the land. Maybe working the same land as their fathers, grandfathers, and even great-grandfathers did so many years ago. It's refreshing to know that organizations such as the American Farmers and Ranchers believe in sustainable agriculture and American family farms. They also understand, as I do, that unless we are taking action today to chart a sustainable course for farming operations, that we could leave our children not a legacy, but a liability, and firmly believe that the path to sustainable agriculture and feeding a hungry world is through improved productivity. Farmers make decisions every season based on their experience, the market, weather, government guidelines, tradition, time, the condition of fields, and any number of other factors that are always changing. Farming is a science and a complicated mix of knowledge and intuition. Just how valuable these criteria are will depend upon how well they work for the farmer every day. They serve as guideposts for thinking about a farming operation that point the way to the long-term viability of a farm. They also serve as guides for the public, a template for understanding sustainable agriculture and the needs in rural communities. The steps to a sustainable agriculture are: conserve and create healthy soil, conserve water and protect its quality, manage organic waste and farm chemicals so they don't pollute, manage pests with minimal environmental impact, select plants and animals adapted to the environment, and encourage biodiversity while conserving energy resources. In the U.S., approximately 40% of all chemical fertilizers used eventually break down into ammonia and are released into the environment. The EPA reports that the waste generated by animal agriculture has polluted over 35,000 miles of river in 22 states. This does not point towards sustainable agriculture. But the good news is that we now have an alternative. A growing number of farmers are choosing to work with nature rather than wage war against it. These farmers use sustainable organic practices that build up the soil, reduce runoff, create habitat for wildlife, treat livestock humanely, and best of all, produce safe, wholesome food. As someone looking into becoming a part of the agricultural industry, I believe in the future of Oklahoma agriculture, and that it must be sustained primarily because of a few basic givens we must never forget. People must eat. People need to be able to afford food and fuel. And the world depends on agriculture to be the foundation of global society. So really, it's all in how we look at it. And maybe someday, the spelling of future needs to be changed to S-U-S-T-A-I-N. Sustain. Thank you.